fact, my husband would always tell me that we should hold hands in public. And I always tell him to be patient with me, that we still have a long way to go together. And those kind of flimsy excuses just because I'm shy in quotes. But while we were separate, it just occurred to me, if I had known, I should have held hands with him.
Action.
Hello.
Hi, oh my god. 3, 2, 1, action.
Hello everyone.
Hi everyone.
It's good to be back again.
This is Mr. and Mrs. V.
Yes, it's good to be back after 6 months long break,
Alright, and we are not happy about the break. Alright, some people that are close to us, some people that are very close to us know what has happened, and at the same time we want to apologize for not having informed our viewers, and at the same time we like to quickly share what has happened within the period of time.
It was not intentional.
Not at all. Not at all. Our last video, which is our first video, was posted in January, and at that time we had
it was a few weeks after our wedding.
Yes, few weeks after our wedding. Yeah. You can see the love was still in the air. Of course, the love is still in the air. I mean, the excitement was just all over us then, and we were anticipating the journey of Mr. and Mrs. V. We never expected it.
We never expected what was coming.
Yes, there was no corona even when we posted the first video. Alright, and there was no lockdown or anything. But few days after, just shortly after we posted our first video, the first case of the coronavirus was recorded. Not like the first case, but we got to know about it, and the lockdown measures were enforced in different provinces in the country. Even though we were not in Hubei, we were in different parts of the country. Wuhan of Hubei province. Even though we were not there, but the entire country really felt the impact of the lockdown. And so it happened initially. We were both locked down together, and
it was like locking two love beds together.
Yes, it was like a beautiful experience. Like, we were almost taking things for granted because we had ourselves and we never expected what was coming up, what was going to come up later. So like few days after my birthday, that was February 9, our institutions informed us that okay, we needed to be isolated, or we needed to, at that point of isolation lockdown, that we needed to be at various institutions.
Yeah, the thing is, we are in different institutions.
Yeah.
So we needed, the institutions had to be responsible for their students. So I had to go to my own institution, he had to go to his own institution. So we had to part ways. We didn't know that it was going to take so long. We felt, well, at most 1 month. But
and if you recall, the journey to our wedding was like we mentioned in the last video, that everything was just super fast. Our engagement was fast. The wedding itself just took place like 2 months after she arrived in China, and so we barely had enough time to actually like settle some basic things, like maybe with the authorities and all that. So it's like that really came like a shock to us when we were going our separate ways at that time. I can clearly say that we're not ready for that at that time.
Imagine, it was how many months?
Yeah,
2 months.
So we felt it was going to be
not even 2 months ago.
We felt it was going to be just
1 month,
a couple of days, because that was like the discussion that we had with the respective authorities, like when are we going to be together, and they said okay, as soon as the the situation,
epidemic,
is
the
lowered.
pandemic,
The security levels and all the measures are lowered, that we can come back together. And we felt that was going to be few weeks. Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, and the months turned into 6 months. All right, within that period of time, it was not easy. It wasn't really easy, and but then we kind of learned a lot of things. All right, about ourselves, about our marriage. Yes, then about things that we had actually taken for granted, that we also feel that quite a lot of people that are married that might not have the privilege of being quarantined separately, might not have seen. Yeah, we're not quarantined, but
you see, the thing is, it was not the word quarantine. It denotes that maybe we were exposed to the virus. No, we weren't, but we just had to go to our different institutions.
Yeah. All right. So, but when you first went, anybody that comes from outside has to be quarantined.
I get you.
So you were quarantined. But at no point were we exposed to the virus. So you are free to watch this video without a nose mask. Alright, so we actually learned a lot of things, and we quickly like to share some of them because they are dear to us, and we believe that no matter what the age of the marriage is, these are fundamental lessons that people that are married and people that are even single, that are probably in a relationship or want to get into a relationship, also can learn from. Alright, so thank God for the benefits of the experience. But if you have a way, we won't want to have that experience anymore.
Of course not.
Yes. Alright, so babe, you can just share some.
Okay, so I wrote down some, and we have to put our thoughts together and recall the experience. And some of the things we learned. First of all, we learned that it's important to cherish ourselves and to cherish our relationship, and it's easy most of the time to take advantage of one another due to familiarity. I've been seeing this person every day. You might not know the value of a thing until you lose it.
True.
All right, so we understood that it's not really easy staying apart, and our relationship has always been long distance, so barely spending 2 months together, we really missed each other. Sincerely, we really did.
Alright, I never believed that I can really miss someone because I'm like the strong man and all that, but this experience actually opened my eyes to the fact that I'm in a new season of life. I'm a new person now, and joy that has come into my life is already a part of me. So that kind of separation was like a part of me was detached, and for 6 months, living without a part of me. But it was an experience that actually taught us to cherish ourselves. And the second lesson is actually that we learned to develop deeper connection and understanding. Before the separation, I don't like using the word separation now, but before the separate lockdown, we used to have sinusoidal transitions in our relationship. 1 minute we are understanding one another, we are good friends, and we are working in perfect resonance, and the other minute it seems there was a sudden flip, and probably just something tiny that doesn't really make sense now caused misunderstanding. And such misunderstanding could be taken out of context sometimes. Of course, it never leads to anything out of normal, all right, but then it always comes up once in a while. But during this process, we come to learn how to intentionally understand ourselves by facing those things that were actually causing misunderstanding, and we might never have had time for that if were there because we'll be busy misunderstanding ourselves. You understand? So it actually like gave us time, an opportunity to reflect and to review those things. Yeah.
Come to think of it, I believe some of the things we learned within this short time, maybe it should have taken us a year or more if we were together. Like you said, we might have been busy misunderstanding ourselves.
True.
And it's so funny that people see us as we've been teaching about relationship, we've been teaching about, even before we got married, we studied a lot about marriage, about relationship by the help of the Spirit of God and everything. We've been teaching, we had Love Umbrella, but in marriage it's a different ballgame.
Totally different.
Entirely. You have to experience those things practically. It's not just enough to know them. There are some things you know, but you need the strength and the energy to do them.
True.
So the next one, don't wait for perfection. Perfectionists do not have time to enjoy their life. Don't wait for perfection, alright? That's one of the lessons we learned, alright? And I believe it can be a lesson to you too. Perfectionists most of the times don't get to enjoy their life because they are looking like, it will be perfect tomorrow, then I will enjoy this season. Then it will be perfect tomorrow, in some it's just saying that you should enjoy every moment you spend together. Appreciate and enjoy every moment you spend together, not necessarily waiting for that perfect time.
Well, and for me it means something more than that. I saw a quote by someone that says that perfectionists don't really enjoy life because they're always looking forward to the next thing to do. Now, I'm that kind of a person, but then when I saw that quote, I realized that I've not really enjoyed any moments with my wife or enjoyed any moments with people in the real sense because I'm always thinking about the next project. The project has not finished, I'm already thinking about the next one, so my mind is always like on the move. Alright, so it taught me a lesson of the need for balance. Yes.
In the moment.
Yes, be in the moment, enjoy the way the proverb said it, that enjoy the wife of your youth. Alright, so we are here to enjoy ourselves, and while we are working towards perfection, we do that together.
Then one other lesson is that it's necessary to find time to create memories and appreciate one another. And I think this was one of the lessons I got to learn too, and particularly about little gestures. I believe little gestures can form good memories, so it's necessary not to overlook those little gestures. I remember my husband would always tell me that we should all dance in public, and I always tell him to be patient with me, that we still have a long way to go together. And those kind of flimsy excuses just because I'm shy in quotes. But while we were separate, it just occurred to me, if I had known, I should have held down with him. If I had known, if I had known, I should have done that. Instead of regretting, just those little gestures, go out of the ways and come out of your and come out of your comfort zone and just do those things, because they will create good and great memories.
Now, this is a testament to that, because before she even holds my hands like this, it will be like, baby, you're in front of the camera and all that. Alright, so for me, I think what I learned about creating memories is that every moment counts. I learned to give our attention. Alright, I learned to I think we've been studying about honor now, and you get to see it in coming videos too. I learned to honor her with my attention. Alright, I learned to honor her by creating memories. Alright, the memories are not just for me, they're not just for her, but they're for our future. They are things that we can always look back at and enjoy, because those are our times together, and you never can really tell what lies ahead. For instance, now our agreement with the authorities is that within the period of the summer break, we are free to go around and be together, stay around, alright, while we make plans for after the summer break. But then we don't know if even after the summer break it will still be like that. Alright, so we really cherish it to be like that. Yeah. Yeah, so we really cherish the times that we are together, and I think that's like a vital lesson that the situation has taught us, and I believe it's applicable to everyone. You don't have to be in our shoes before you cherish your loved ones. Alright, you should use every available moment to celebrate one another.
Yes, so true. And then I think this should be the last one for this video. We learned that everything that has a start has an end. Everything that has a beginning has an end. You know, sometimes we go through things in life, and it feels like, will this ever come to an end? God, what's happening? You know, this kind of thing.
You know what came to my mind?
What?
Your Abuja experience and all that.
You know, well,
it was like a tough season for my wife, and at different points in time, it was like she would be like, I just want this season to end. I'm tired of this thing and all that. For her then, and for us, it seems like an endless season. Alright, but now our prayer points are totally different. Our prayer point then was that, okay, let her just get a visa. Alright, but now our prayer points are always different. So what I always tell people is, the things that are like issues for your family at this time, or the things that are like personal issues for you now, in 5 years time, your prayer points will be totally different. Your challenges will be totally different, and that's to tell us that we are actually growing. Alright, so everything
go
that
through phases.
yes, so everything that has a start has an end.
It doesn't matter the challenge you're going through. You know, just keep being in faith and pray, believe God, and
so here I wrote that only God never ends. You may get an undesired result, but that is just the beginning. Hanging there. The tail is somewhere around the corner. Right, so you just hanging there, and maintain your positive attitude, and maintain your faith in God, maintain your positive confession. This is something I really believe in now, and it has been working for us. So this is where we're going to end for today. Thank you for your time. We're going to continue with the remaining lessons in the next video. But
before we end this video, I would like to give a shout out to everyone that helped. I feel we've not really said thank you enough. To everyone that helped in our wedding, and specifically to the groomsmen and the bridesmen. And
thank you guys.
Specifically to my best lady, you know,
Vida.
chief bridesmaid Vida. She's going to be leaving us soon. A sweet lady. She's humble, she's gentle, she's calm, you know. We really flowed, and we really gelled well during the whole wedding process and even after. So Vida, here is a shout out to you. We'll miss you a lot, and we hope to see you soon.
Alright, thank you everyone. This is Mr. and Mrs. V signing out. Please don't forget to
subscribe, like this video, and share, and then hit that notification.
It's free of charge, you know.
Alright, thank you so much.
Alright, bye.